Welcome to This Podcast is Making Me Thirsty, the number one destination for Seinfeld fans. This is Two Up and Two Down. Here's our producer, Chris, to start us off.
All right, guys, welcome back. Today's episode is The Fire from season 5. Great episode here. So, Tony, let's start with you. Let's look at your first one-up on this episode.
All right. This is a solid episode, obviously. So ups were easy to come by. I'm probably going first. It's kind of a cheat here because I'm going with the obvious choice. Kramer's pinky toe speech. Obviously, one of the best speeches Kramer gives. Probably better than Mantle one, I'd have to say. It might be his best speech. Driving the bus, Cracker Jack, the whole thing. You're Batman. Kramer's pinky toe speech is my first up.
Yes, I definitely agree. That's got to be an up there. So, Chris, what do you got for your first one up?
Interesting. You went with Kramer there. I'm going with friend of the show, Toby. I think she annoyed a lot of people, but I'm putting her as an up on this, especially her dynamic at Pendant Publishing. The episode kicks off really, really great with Kramer. And, her and Elaine, the dynamic when they're talking about, who's going to get the promotion. And then obviously when she comes back with Hiram. I mean, just for me, Toby was just a really unique character I'll never forget. And I think I'm giving her a thumbs up for The Fire.
I agree with that. That's an excellent one up, and especially since we had both Deanne Cox and Hiram Caston as guests on the podcast. So definitely check those episodes out. Tony, how about your second one up?
All right, my second thumbs up for this one. I'm going with the talk with George and Jerry after the fire in the diner. Classic Seinfeld conversation. George has just messed up. Jerry's asking him those questions. So you feel, it's a little antiquated, women and children first, right? The whole after she comes out of the burn ward, maybe she'll feel differently. Just a great Jerry George back and forth. It might not be up there with the you need a team, discussion or no artistic integrity, but it is a classic. Just Jerry and George kind of mopping things up afterwards. That's my second thumbs up.
All right, very good. All right, and Chris, your second thumbs up for this episode.
Yeah, I'm kind of going that route too. I mean, this episode, Larry Charles wrote it, his final, from bozo to clown to how do you live with yourself to, you are the Rosa Parks. There's so much, but I'm not picking those because I think that the beauty of Seinfeld is the minutia, the small things you remember, right? And it's Jerry saying, his reference to baby. And then, Elaine says, what, are you doing George's babies now? And then, what are you doing, my babies now? They repeat it again later. It's the babies reference that Jerry steals from George is my second thumbs up for The Fire.
All right, very good. So that's 2 thumbs up from both of you. Tony, we're going to start the thumbs down. What's your first thumbs down for this episode?
All right, I gotta just give credit on that one. That's a great one. I gotta say, love that you're taking George's baby now. My first down is. Yeah, all right, here it is. I have a few written down here, surprisingly, actually, because I like the episode. But the kid under the table. George and Chardoff, having lunch there at the diner and the coffee shop, and more sugar packets and that whole. I don't know. I just didn't do it for me. Like, show the kid. They show the kid later anyway. You might as well have the kid there at the diner. I don't like him under the table, shaking the table. George kind of out of his element, if you will. Doesn't play that well with me, that scene. So that's my first thumbs down.
All right, very good. Yeah, that kid seemed maybe a little bit too old to be playing down underneath that table there. But Chris, what is your first one down for this episode?
Couldn't agree more with that one. Just to keep that theme going, George at the end trying to get back with Robin. I don't know. It just seemed out of place. We love Robin, friend of the show, but the chemistry between them, I don't think was there. There was no way she was going to take him back. And then obviously Ronnie K pulling the water gun led to chaos. But George trying to get back with Robin, thumbs down.
Right. Excellent. Tony, back to you for your second thumbs down on this episode.
Yeah, I had that written down as a down. I don't want to repeat. I will say, though, I wholeheartedly agree with that one. That's a good call. That ending just didn't do it for me either. My thumbs down I will go with on this one is small thing. Never played right with me. It's probably a hard thing to do, but Jerry's acting when he's getting heckled on stage and he does a little, doesn't know how to handle the heckling. I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. It never did. 100 times watching that episode, I get caught on that every single time. So it's the Jerry acting as he's being heckled. I'm sure that was a tough thing to pull off for him. So, but still, it's got to be a thumbs down.
Okay, no problems there. Chris, your second thumbs down for this episode, The Fire.
Funny, I always like that Jerry moment, but we agree to disagree. It's okay.
Sure.
In such a great episode, it's hard to nitpick here. And speaking of nitpicking, I'm pulling a piece of one of your thumbs up. In the Kramer speech, the reference to Batman, I don't know. It was never the right reference for me. Obviously, it's a Superman show, and for me, Batman is the Dark Knight, doing things at night and, not out in the open on a bus. It feels a little forced than pushing Batman. I know I'm nitpicking here, but Batman never sat well in that situation for me. So that's going to be my thumbs down. George jumping in with your Batman.
All right. No, I see your point there. But we grew up with the Dark Knight as we know him today. But back in the 60s, he was more campy, probably more to that style that Jerry grew up with. But that's your second down for the episode. So, guys, let's go with your final grade, your overall grade for the episode.
Yeah, I struggle with this a bit. I struggle with this a little bit. I'm going A-. I thought about B+. I think an A is too high. I just don't think it quite cracks an A for me. I think I'm being a little generous with an A-, but the Kramer scene is an all-timer. George's, we didn't even mention it as an up, but George's obvious, seemingly to the fireman is amazing. I give it an A-. I think it was O'Hara's up. I think Toby a little over the top. I think Elaine, especially with the kind of stuff there appended, that actually didn't play that well with me. It drops to an A-, an amazing episode. You're talking top 40. A- for this one.
All right, I like that. Chris, your grade for this episode, The Fire?
Same grade, A-. It's a classic season 5 Larry Charles episode. I love the pen and publisher. I just love kind of the workplace dynamic, whether it's with George historically and when Pendant's right. And I think them gathering around and pushing Elaine, just there's some fun moments in there, obviously. And we didn't even mention, Eric the Clown, a whole lot going on. Dom Herrera, Ronnie K, the prop comic. Really good episode in a excellent season. So A- for The Fire.
All right, very good. Yeah, I was going to say, season 5 episode, I don't see any of them really getting a terrible grade. So this has been great, guys. Let's wrap it up and let's go on to the next one.